I always love hearing you, Denier.
Hey, I enjoy you hearing me every
Thank you for giving
time.
us your gifts.
You don't need this anymore.
I'm not sure we're gonna. Yeah. Come on over, Ollie. All right, y'all. We're winding it down. Yeah, you might have heard I have a broken foot. I think I'm about to that painful place with my broken foot. Ugh. I've had so much love and support to do this, and I'm so grateful, and I got to sit down. And I needed a little moral support from this human. Um, I happen to be raising a trans child with my partner, Sharona. And, you know, we talk about it. We talk about movement work. And this little human, he's one of the apples of my eye. He's certainly one of my hearts. And, you know, I hope that we're working towards a place where when he's grown, that an organization like the Metro Trans Umbrella Group isn't needed, right? No, like that we don't need to be creating spaces where our basic needs are being met because we're meeting our basic needs, that we're all working in this self-actualization place and we've moved on to something else, right? So that's what I want to do. I want to work myself out of a job. I want to work this organization out of a need in this community. But right now, what we're doing is sacred. Right now, what we're doing is life saving. I don't just say that like to say it. It's literally life saving. On Tuesdays and Thursdays in that house, we save people's lives. We feed them. Bus passes are access to everything. Our social and emotional support groups. When I go to the prides, when I'm out in the prides and people are like, Sarah Johnson, and I'm like, hey, they're like, I need you to know that MTUG saved my life. Like I was having suicidal ideation. I was lonesome. I never saw myself reflected. And then I stumbled into these support groups and I was scared to death. And I went in and I found myself reflected and I found community. And I found people, people that love me and that see me and that hold up a mirror to me.
Yeah.
You know?
We love you, Sarah.
Yes.
Why we're doing this?
This is why we're doing it. Because that's it. Y'all know the statistic for us when it comes to suicide, right? 42% of us. I believe that this organization can help lower that number locally. I believe that this organization is a possibility model nationally for how we can love on each other and take up space unapologetically, right? Dismantle white supremacy while we're doing it. And center trans expansive leadership. Let's do it. I'd love for some of my friends to come up on this stage with me, right? Because we're down to the grand finale. Let's keep trying to roll in some dough. It's a success. We've made over $1,000 an hour. Trans expansive humans have raised over $1,000 an hour, right? Y'all, this is our gala. And the way we choose to do a gala is to invite everybody. You pay, you don't pay. You watch, you don't watch. We center trans expansive humans in our gala, right? It's run by trans expansive humans. We're relying on allies to help us make this work. This is our gala. Give us your money. Give us your support. We need you, right?
Yeah,
What you got?
First of all, can't thank you enough because you have started from scratch and you have built a blueprint. You have built a model for people to follow. Not everyone has a path to start off with, and you created that path for so many people. And I'm appreciative of that. I'm appreciative for what you've done for the trans expansive community. And I say every year that y'all don't have to let me in as a cis person and as an accomplice, but you do. And you let me stand beside you and behind you when necessary to do this work.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I appreciate about you is because you're able to take all viewpoints and listen to everything to try to make things better for your folks. And that's what's the most important. And also the sense of humility behind what you do. To a lot of huge organizations that do a lot of fundraising, I feel I can learn a lot about MTUG, about what heart looks like, about what equity looks like.
That's right.
About what giving back looks like, because everything that we get in, we literally give back to the community.
That's right.
And we understand how important it is for those needs to be met. And the fact that you have sat here and you have acknowledged that you don't want to need to do this is one of the most authentic and selfless things that I think that anyone can do. And that's what we need to realize is we need to get to a point as a community and as a world where even though this work is important and it saves lives, like we don't want to have to do this. It is a need. It is a crucial need. And MTUG is meeting that need for trans expansive folks. They've given QTPOC folks a space in a city that was bullying them and threatening them and telling them that their voices like did not matter at a time when we were screaming out at the top of our lungs that Black lives matter the most. And you all stepped up and you did that. And so thank you for acknowledging your privilege and leveraging that equity in what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like people talk about equality, and this is a conversation that I've been having with a lot of folks, is we want equality, but we have to realize that different forms of equity are what we need to get to that path to equality. And we need to level the playing field for everybody to be able to meet those basic needs so we can have that equality that everybody deserves. Like that's the path that we want.
That's right.
And I think that's all we want. We don't want to be billionaires and a multi-million-dollar corporation. We only want to make enough to care for ourselves and give it back to the people who need it the most.
That's right. That's
and
right.
That, I think, is one
That's
of the
right.
biggest things that MTUG.
We are not a top-heavy organization. The proceeds that we raise go right back into the work. We pay all the humans. We have one full-time staff, a handful of part-time staff. Everybody gets an equitable wage of $15 an hour because the work that I do is work that I do, and the work that our bookkeeper does is work that I cannot do that is vital to the organization. The work that our grant keeper does, our grant writer does that I can't do is vital to the organization. Amaya, our concierge, vital. It's important to be equitable in this movement. It's important to have an equal playing field so that we can all get our basic needs met. Support our work, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can do that by donating, of course, here on our 24-hour telethon to help us meet our goal of $30,000.
Yeah.
But there are other ways. Like we talk so much about our community involvement, and that's our art show. That's our trans memorial garden.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually just like reaching out and talking to folks and doing cultural competency training.
Yes.
Because believe it or not, y'all, like I can't express like how it pains me that marginalized folks have to do the work of teaching their lived experience to other folks who just don't get it. But MTUG does that work, and that is emotional labor, and that emotional labor deserves to be paid for.
Yeah.
So hire MTUG to come in and talk to your organizations about being culturally competent, about being trans accepting, because like trans friendly is not okay. Like we don't want, like even acceptance is a hard word. We would rather just exist, right?
Yeah.
So like bring MTUG in to talk to your large organizations, your schools, because you have trans folks here, and I can't stress that enough, trans folks here with lived experiences who can speak on their lived experiences and do the work. So pay them to do the work, to do the teaching as much as they want to, when they want to.
Right.
But like, don't have cis folks come in and teach about trans issues when you have a trans-led organization that's willing here to do it for you. Like, take advantage of that and pay them to teach you what they know and what you can do to be an ally, an accomplice, and make this world more equitable for them.
Right. That's it. Yeah. Let's channel some energy. Let's channel some celestial sister energy.
Yes.
Come to us. Oh, sisters, you know, and I have deep love for the sisters and the space that you all have taken up in the queer liberation movement, tending to our sick when back in the day, and now tending to us trans folks. We love you so hard. Do you have a blessing? We've got like what, 13 minutes?
Well, I don't have that long
Okay.
of a blessing.
Well, no.
to give.
Well, how about a blessing
I mean, I
for
could
these
talk
last
for a long time.
a blessing for these last few minutes to just bring in a little bit more cash so that we can fund this
Yes,
movement.
cash.
Let's do it.
My beloved siblings, welcome. And for this last bit, I want all of you who are out there, who are listening, to remember above all else that we are family. We are family. And what does family do? Family cares for one another. Family gives a shit. They get out there and they help. They get out there and they donate clothes. They donate their time. And most importantly, right here and now, they donate their money. So please open up your hearts, open up your wallets, and please give and help and love your family. So one short little thing I will say here. It's funny that you were saying this earlier, because it was what I wanted to say, what I wanted my blessing to be, is that I pray, and I hope you pray to whatever higher power you believe in, when it's one up there, or if it's in here, or if it's out there. We pray for the day that we don't need this anymore. We pray for the day that every single human being is allowed to be who they are, to love who they want, and to exist as they wish, without fear, without judgment, and that they are allowed to be themselves. So everybody, I ask that you, like I said, reach out to whatever higher power you believe in, and you pray and you work that this day comes. Blessed be, with all the love and glitter in the world.
Yay! All right. All right, y'all. Where are we at? You gonna say something, sister? Or?
Please, Ed. I know
I
you
have
can
to
talk.
talk now.
Welcome.
Again, all I can do is repeat the same message. Give from your heart. Give as much as you can, even if it's just what you would spend on a couple of coffees this week. Just give what you can, and also think about giving for a monthly basis. You know, $5 a month, $10 a month might seem like nothing to you, but it's everything to us, everything to them.
That's right.
We really, it's important to always strive to fight for the joy of everyone, to end the stigma of so much. Trans expansive community is and has been so welcoming and such an amazing family to me and to mine, and I just want you to give back as well. Know that I love them and everyone here, and thank you.
Thank you.
Blessed be.
Yay. What are we down to? Like 10 minutes or 9 minutes?
9
We have a few
minutes.
more names if you want to read
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, let's do it, Lady Ashley.
You want me to do it, or you want to do
Yeah,
it?
you do it.
All right. So, y'all, guys, gals, non-binary pals, ladies, and gentle thems. We've been going for 24 hours now. And that's 24 hours of love. That's 24 hours of patience. That's 24 hours of being damn tired sometimes. But we did it. So I want to just share some names with you of our most latest donors. So Colleen, thank you so much for the $500. You got that personal reading by Josh. You were in for a treat. Like,
No.
Sarah, thank you so much. Z Gorley, thank you, Z. Carrie Harris, Monique Kramer, Andre Hartling Shans, Angie Reno, Christopher Casey, Tim Lumpkins, thank you so much, Tim.
Yay, Tam.
Lauren Hebert, thank you, Lauren. Kevin Kickham, Jason Houston, Aiden Christ Moore, and Amber Johnson. Y'all, right now our total is 25,560.
26.4.
Oh, I know we can do
26,400.
26,400, y'all. So we gotta just do like a
Yay, that's great.
Get what we're going. Yeah, so like sometimes it is a cup of coffee, and I got like a heartwarming story. Like before I was leaving out of the door to do my interview.
Okay.
Someone actually, and I don't know if you mentioned this or not, like instead of buying a book for school, donated that money to us.
Wow.
Wow.
And to that person, I don't know your name, but I wanted to take the time to acknowledge you giving up a little bit of something that you needed for something that someone else needed. That is a lesson in reciprocity. That is a lesson in giving. And I just wanted to thank you so much for your heart and your soul, because that's something that you didn't need to do, but you know what you need to do to keep us going. So thank you for doing that. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. So thank you. This is what community looks like.
That's right.
And like it is interesting because like I have been on the streets, I have heard it in chants. Like I have like shut things down with folks
Yeah.
like multiple times, but that in my mind like rings so true, and everything that we continue to do, because I'm starting to see more and more of what community looks like,
Yeah.
and more of how community grows. And MTUG has grown this community immensely by taking a step forward, by standing up, by using its voice, and creating a lifeline for folks who need it.
Yeah.
Like a lifeline, like a heartbeat, like housing, food, toiletries,
Mhm.
just someone to talk to, an emotional support group.
Yep.
Just simply being there and being there for somebody who doesn't have anybody else.
That's
Somebody
right.
who doesn't think that anybody else is out there in their situation. They see you out there, they see you helping people, and they know that they have some place that they can go.
Yeah.
This is what a hero looks like.
This is what a
There are
hero
more,
looks
right?
like. You
You
know?
talked about
Yeah.
standing, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
we're rolling.
We're
Right.
rolling.
We're rolling. Y'all, this is more than community, it's family.
That's right.
And like I
Yep.
think something that like so many of us in the LGBTQ plus community, I can't speak for trans expansive folks, but my family who is trans expansive, I know how hard it is sometimes to have that blood family.
Yeah.
And we have created an amazing chosen family.
100%.
100%.
Yep.
And it's a family that is sometimes tighter than blood family,
Mhm.
bigger than blood family,
Mhm.
and we hold each other up and we support each other.
Yeah.
And so I also want to give everybody an opportunity to see what chosen family looks like, and to realize that right now, if you don't have that family, that stereotypical family that, you know, we sometimes like thrive on, and we look at those systems as like being normal, like what we're able to create for each other and
Yeah.
how powerful that is.
Yep.
So
It is powerful.
yeah.
What's powerful is that this organization, this little grassroots nonprofit, 6 years in, has raised over $1,000 an hour. Like, that's amazing. That's powerful. That's beautiful. I am so grateful. This thing is pulled off by a small army of humans.
Tiny but mighty.
Tiny but mighty. We do need, like you said, behind the scenes next year, because to pull this off, it's amazing. And it's beautiful. Yeah, come on, let's start celebrating, because we are at the grand finale here, folks. Yep, let's do it.
Come on, come on, come on.
Come on, everybody. Just watch my foot.
No more hurting Sayers' foot.
We're gonna sing along.
Wait, we're singing something?
Oh yeah. Here, I'll bring the.
Okay, we got lyrics. We got
I'll
lyrics.
bring the lyrics up.
Okay, person,
We got like 5 minutes, 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
do we have any songs
Are we
squad
getting close
members
yet?
here?
Yeah.
So much more we need.
Okay. Hey, you.
Hi.
You might have to.
That's really small print. Come on.
I know. I don't know how to do it here. Maybe you could. Does it have the words too, or do we have to do it like just?
It's got some words.
Okay.
Okay. Lead your leadership.
You will be fine. You will be fine. You will be fine. Now we're talking how awesome MTUG is. How much I love you folks. Oh my gosh.
Life saving. All of this
Yeah.
work is literally every day.
How 24 hours together. Let's do it again next year, y'all.
Doing it again, there, y'all. We'll keep doing it until we don't have to do it anymore.
Yes.
Yes.
You can lead it because I don't know it.
This is live, y'all. We love you, Carly Blake, wherever you are. Thanks for not being here right now, but we still love you.
There's the lyrics at there.
Someone will come running.
Oh.
Come running.
Oh. I don't know. take you home.
Take you home. Take us home, MTUG.
Take you home.
home.
Where's our flags, right?
Even when the dark comes crashing in, when you need a friend to carry you, when you're broken on the ground,
You will be found.
so let the sun come screaming in.
You'll reach up and you rise again.
If you only look around,
You will be found.
you will be found. You will be found. Out of the shadows, the morning is breaking, and all is new. All is new. It's filling up the empty, and suddenly I see that all is new. All is new. You are not alone. 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 You are not alone.
Thank you, St. Louis Metro area. Thank you, Metro Trans Umbrella Group. Thank you.
You'll reach up and you rise again. If you only look around,
You will be found. You will be found.
you will be found. You will be found.
You will be found.
You'll be found.
You'll be found. If you want community, come on, y'all. We're waiting for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody here. Thank you. What's the
What is it?
27,000. Thank you.